We should be good to go. Start once it's connected. Okay. Did you guys get a notification saying that we're?
Yep, it says you're streaming
Yeah.
live.
Awesome. Okay. Just gonna close this. All right, girls. So we'll just get started. Oh, hold on. There's some more people coming on. There we go. Okay. So thank you everyone for coming on today. Thanks for joining. Please type in the chat room your name, please, if you can, and who invited you as well, just so we can keep track. And like I said, we're going to do a draw at the very end for a few things. We're going to do the attendance draw for our visible aid. And I'll explain this one a little bit later, but this is one of our best sellers. If you're new to Aloette, you will love it. And if you are not new, then you probably already have it and or want it. So we'll see who the winner is of that at the very end. So also, if you could type in the chat, I don't see anyone typing in the chat. Even if you can't do the chat room, even if you can message the girl that invited you as well on Messenger, if that's easier. But to go to the chat, you just go on the side here to chat and you can just type in there. But you have until the end to, we'll do the draw at the end, so no big deal. But I just want to know if you are new to Aloette products at all, awesome, thank you. If you're new to Aloette products at all, type in number 1. Number 2, if you have tried the products or if you've been to a show. And 3, if you are basically a groupie, if you're obsessed with products, you know the products, you love them. So you can just type 1, 2, or 3. So there's a few consultants, of course, in our group. So put your hand up if you're a consultant in Aloette already. Awesome. So you can see here, there's lots of us. So thank you so much for inviting your guests as well. This is our first opportunity night that we've ever had. And so this is a really, really good opportunity for everyone checking it out as well. And it's a nice refresher because we have some amazing lineups of some managers that are going to be sharing their story as well. And they're all really, really unique. So I'll just kind of dive right into it. So Aloette, who are we? So we've been around for 42 years. We're basically considered a hidden gem. So the entire time, Alouette's been committed to creating like skincare and cosmetics that are good for you and good for the environment. So we don't just target, acne, wrinkles. We focus on overall skincare health and providing clean beauty, which is really important for actual skin solutions for everyone. So we actually have a hero ingredient that really sets us apart from any other ingredient out there. And it makes us very unique. And you probably know this already. And if you don't, the secret ingredient, our hero ingredient is aloe vera. So it's basically, we have our own aloe vera, which is really cool. It's called Alloganic. So Aloette invested a small fortune, and we actually own an aloe vera farm on a tropical island. And all of our aloe vera is actually grown in volcanic soil, which is amazing. So all the vitamins and the nutrients from the soil go into our aloe and kind of supercharge it. So it's like 3 to 10 times more effective than commercial grade aloe vera. So it's literally the best of the best in the world you're getting in our product. So that's really what sets us apart. Oh my gosh, sorry. This is the thing, right? Going live. This happens at my parties all the time too. I had my mother-in-law who's FaceTiming me nonstop the other night. I was like, who is this? So sorry about that. So our aloe vera is basically 10 times more effective than, again, commercial grade. So it's really our delivery system that is able to penetrate deep into your skin. So you're actually seeing the results, right? So our skincare lines are also paraben-free, gluten-free, fragrance-free, chemical-free. There's no filters. We were talking about filters with Amber. Fillers. We are not tested on animals. We're part of PETA as well. So it's basically, like I said, clean beauty, the best of the best that you can get, the most natural that you can get. So we have lots of different skincare lines that are basically customized for all ages, all skin types, whether you need something for acne, for maintaining good skin, or just achieving healthy skin. Anti-aging lines, which have amazing technology and actually work. They all pass clinicals before we even put them in our catalog. We also have amazing makeup that's actually good for your skin. It's vitamin infused. It's mineral makeup, which lets your skin breathe. It's talc free, so it's not heavy or cakey. And sorry, I'm just trying to multitask here, add people to the thing. Okay, so we also have professional grade makeup. We have professional makeup brushes, which are vegan friendly. So they're synthetic fibers. They are so soft. I love them. We have things like primers to anti-aging foundations, to lash enhancing serums, to mascaras that are, you know, healthy for your lashes. We have a unique makeup setting spray that actually has charcoal in it, which is the first in the industry. So it's kind of like a antibacterial type that mattifies the skin and protects your skin against the environment. So we have really, really cool things that way, very unique products. Then we also have, of course, our body care line, from body wash, sugar scrubs, hand products that are anti-aging, and basically something for everyone, whether it's amazing masks, peels, treatments. To this day, I still get excited and amazed at our client testimonies, and we have so many before and after pictures and testimonies. So our products, like I said, like work and are amazing. So obviously we've been around for so long. So we have bestsellers, of course, that have the highest percentage of aloe vera, which is considered like our first aid products, which, you know, helps so many people in so many levels with healing. So things like sunburn, eczema, and psoriasis. So when we do the actual like party presentation, we go into detail about those products more, and that's what you'd be doing as a consultant as well. So Aloette is actually considered a leader. We're considered a leader in the home show industry. So doing the in-home party presentations, of course, we've mastered the art of the presentation, but of course, with everything going on right now with COVID, since March, we've basically converted all of our business totally online. So we are offering these online virtual parties for like a fun night with your, you know, your friends, your family, for these women to really still be able to get in on our amazing hostess benefits and rewards, but also have a fun distraction and connect with their family and friends. So it's kind of cool. And we also offer, ladies coming in here, and we also offer our hostess benefits 80 to 90% off, which is amazing. So basically, it all started back in 1978 in the home show parties. Trisha, who was the actual founder of Aloette, she was a single mom, okay, and she had a dream. She wanted to offer quality skincare at an affordable price. So women like you and I, average women, can afford, you know, her products or amazing products, but not pay, you know, crazy money. So the best decision she ever made was that she never wanted Aloette in stores, okay? So we remained in the in-home party business so that every woman could also have this profitable business opportunity as well. So we promote the products basically person in person, word of mouth, and that's how we keep our costs so low. We don't have to pay overhead. We don't have to, people coming on here? We don't have to do marketing costs, like, you know, in the shelves in the stores. Those products cost a fortune for shelving, and then they have to pay for advertising, all those things. So that actually goes to the consumer, and then they have to pay the money for it. So that's why a lot of those products are higher priced. So we can keep our costs and our products at a lower price point, and offer them at a discount. And then that's how that kind of all works. So thank you, ladies, for joining. So okay, I'm just going to get started a little bit about myself, because I know not all of you know who I am. So I'm going to actually just quickly talk about my story first, and then you're going to hear from 3 other managers with all, again, unique stories and examples. So again, my name is Misty. I'm in Kitchener. I started Aloette when I was 16 years old, just before finishing high school. I was working at a clothing store part-time, and I just was not loving, you know, working pretty much every weekend, every evening. And I was a girly girl, but even though, you know, I didn't know a lot about makeup at the time, I was intrigued by it and I wanted to learn more. So I really loved that Aloette, you know, again, at the time, and we still do, teach you how to do makeup and all about the beauty, right? So when I started, I was really, really nervous. Because at the time, of course, like I said, I was 16. So I was really one of the youngest people and consultants in Aloette. So I felt really intimidated, right? I thought people would be not really interested in learning from me because of my age. I couldn't even pronounce half of the words in the serums and the anti-aging ingredients, still can't. But, you know, I was just really intimidated. And I don't know if you noticed or not, because I'm obviously on a computer, but I don't have all my fingers and toes, but I'm not going to try to show you those. So I was just never, even in high school and things, I was pretty shy. So I was insecure, and I didn't think I would be good at talking in front of people. So I got made fun of a lot of it as a kid. So, I didn't really ever let anything hold me back, though. I thought I'll try everything once, right? Except for my mom, I'm the only child. I asked her why I don't have any brothers or sisters. She's like, oh, well, I always just thought I'd try everything once. So I was, like I said, really, really intimidated, but I didn't want to let things hold me back. So I figured, you know what, if I don't like it, I got some experience. At the time, you got a $1,200 kit, and I was 16, so I was broke. So anything was better than nothing, right? So I thought I'd give it a try. So one of my first parties was actually with my mom's friends, and my mom was at the very, very back of the room. And, people would come up to me at the very end of my presentation in the consultations, and they're like, you're really cute, but I have no idea what you said. I know I still talk pretty fast, but I imagine talked much faster than this. My mom actually made me write, like, slow down at the top of my cue cards, because again, we used to be in-home presentation, we'd have cue cards that we'd reference. And I had literally at the top of every single cue card, I wrote slow down, so that I can remind myself to breathe and slow down. That's how nervous I was. Also, just to give you another little story, when I first started, I think it was my second party, also one of my mom's friends, they all drank red wine, right? Who doesn't? But at the time, we also used to give everyone their hand massages. Well, nobody told me to only give the one hand massage, which I learned from experience after why we only do the one hand massage. Obviously now it's virtual, we don't do any hand massages, but at the time we would do a hand massage and get to know the person and talk to them. Well, I did both hands, and everyone was drinking red wine, and the hostess had white carpet. And one lady picked up her wine and it went all over the carpet. So before I even started my presentation, the hostess was there cleaning up red wine on the carpet. And that was one of my, like I said, I think second show. So I'm still here. Yeah, not the best way to start a new job, right? But I went from that to going into college, which is one of the reasons why I started Aloette, because I love the flexibility of it. I didn't really know, course load or any of that. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start. I was 18 going into college. I actually ended up making about $30,000 a year while I was in college, right? While I was in school, which, I mean, by the way, also I got amazing grades because my speaking skills, can't talk tonight. They're so good. My speaking skills increased, my confidence increased, as well as my makeup skills. So I actually became a certified makeup artist along the way as well. So that's fun. That really goes hand in hand with makeup, and just loving the fact that I can make women love their look and look their best and feel their best, right? So that's a passion for sure. After college, I found a full-time job as a marketing manager, and I was actually making more money working Aloette part-time than I was my full-time salary. So I was working a lot, and I decided to just, focus on Aloette, make it my full-time career, and kind of see where that would take me. I kind of went all in. So I'm glad I did. So when I was 19, I was able to then move out of my parents' house with my then boyfriend into a semi-house. And then at 21, because of the income that I was making with Aloette, we qualified to purchase our first home, which, I mean, my first starter home was not like most people's starter homes. It was a very nice house, good neighborhood, but we ended up getting married, and we built together a dream home, which is the house I live in right now, when I was just 26 years old. But then we were married about 3 years, and that's when my husband actually passed away suddenly of a massive heart attack on my 29th birthday. So we were actually together a total of 14 years, because I met him pretty much when I first started Aloette around 16. So he was a huge part of my Aloette life, well, obviously, but Aloette family, the memories, the trips, the conferences, all of that. So that was, one of the things that I was most grateful for, is that I had a career like Aloette that is so flexible, that I was able to, take the time to focus on myself, my healing, find a new normal, being a young widow who had never dated before. That was interesting. I couldn't imagine having to work for someone else and not mentally or emotionally being able to get by each day, because, it was a lot. And the amazing support, of course, from Aloette people. They are literally the friendships. The Aloette people really helped. They are literally one big family. So of course, a few years now have passed by, and I really do have an awesome life. The greatest benefit that Aloette has given to me, of course, is the lifestyle. I've been able to travel multiple times in a year. That first year after Paul passed away, I think I went on like 8 trips. I went from Paris to Italy, Florida, New York. Just really glad I did that now because we're not able to travel, but it makes me have really good memories and things that I can relate back to and be grateful for. Anyway, so I just hope that, hearing my story, that you can take away a little bit that life is a journey, and sometimes you really just don't know where your road is headed and where it will lead you. So it is easier to say for sure that, that you gave it a try and you gave it a chance rather than regretting it and not seeing what it would do for you. So I promise that if you give Aloette a try, you will benefit in one way or another and add a positive experience to your life. This company and this career has really, truly been a blessing for me. And I know that for sure many others as well. So again, you're going to hear from those tonight. So thank you for listening. And we're going to get on to our next speaker, which is one of my best friends, Tara. And she actually she's our newest manager in our franchise. So I'll get her to unmute. She's already unmuted. There you go, Tara, you can take it away.
I didn't mute myself. I just was quiet. Okay, so we're just sharing a bit about our stories, I guess. And so for me, management was definitely a long time coming, but I started Aloette 9 years ago this month. Actually, it's my what we call Aloversary in Aloette. So I'm really excited about that. I was not the girl though that you would have picked out of a crowd to do this. I was super shy, did not wear makeup. I didn't know how to do makeup. I think I just figured that out last year. And I could not talk in front of groups of people to save my life. Like even in college or high school doing presentations, it just made me so nervous. I have a ton of anxiety, so this was definitely like way out of my comfort zone. So the backstory to when I got started, Misty, who I've known for like more than half my life now, she actually asked me to start in the business with her when I was also 16. Except for I didn't have a ton of support. I had my mom who, now loves the business and sees why I do it. But back then was like, oh, those home shows, like, don't get into that, da, da, da. Like, just my family wasn't really supportive. So I pulled back and I just thought, no, I'm not going to start. So anyways, time went on. I finished high school, finished college. I ended up getting laid off from my job. And in my head, instantly, I was like, I need to find something that I can do that's really flexible because I'm, again, just finishing college. So I wanted to find like something that I could work around looking for my career. So I messaged Misty very hesitantly because again, I just never thought I could do something like this, but I knew I needed extra money and I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I messaged her, we met for coffee, she gave me all the ins and outs, and I launched on October 30th. So over the years, it has taken me a lot to get where I am, but what I've learned is that if you follow the system that Aloette gives you, and I mean like they literally give you the show word for word, you can do anything. And it's really all about mindset. So for me, it came down to, I just need to stop listening to what other people believe my dreams should be and start making a vision for myself. Because they don't get to decide. If they're not paying my bills or raising my kids, they don't have a decision in this matter. So anyways, I love the most the freedom and the flexibility. I do have 2 little girls. They are 5 and 3. They are my whole world. And I with Aloette, because we don't have quotas or anything, I could stop working or work as little as I wanted to. And I didn't get kicked out of the company. All the girls in the company were still supporting me and like loving just me. So that's what I've loved most about the company over the years is the freedom and the flexibility, but also because I have a ton of anxiety and I have this huge support of women behind me, I have learned how to cope so much better with all that anxiety and really just make decisions for myself and my family.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Okay, next we're going to hear from Amber.
Okay. My name is Amber Briggs. So I have been in Aloette for 5.5 years now. So I started out as a consultant and now I'm a manager and have an awesome team of girls. So the thing about my story is I've had panic and anxiety really bad since I was 13. So to the level of my anxiety and panic was I wouldn't leave my house. I was hospitalized. I was on a lot of heavy medications. So it really was debilitating in my life. So when I went, I didn't travel, I didn't go anywhere. I said no to a lot of things. So when I found Aloette, I went to one of Misty's shows, and the next day, like it was a live show then, and the next day my hand was like amazing. It was super smooth. I couldn't believe the difference. So I'm in the beauty industry. I'm a hairdresser, and I thought this would go really well with doing hair and everything. So I decided to give it a try, and immediately after I told her I would do it, I started panicking. I was having major panic attacks. So the night of my launch, I was like literally freaking out. So I had called Misty and wanted to cancel, but we ended up going through with my launch, and I got my kit. And I remember staring at my kit going, what the heck did I do? Like, I can't do this. And I came across a quote from Zig Ziglar. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and it said, fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. So that just hit me that night. I'm like, you know what? I'm making the choice to do at least one show, whether I die or whatever during it, I'm going to do it. So I was so nervous before my first show. Misty had to have someone on backup for me. That's how nervous I was, because I didn't think I was going to do it. And remember, your first show is with your friends and family. So this is probably the easiest group of people that could have done it for. I remember I was sweating so bad that when I did start the show, I tucked my notes under my armpit to show a product. And then when I went to go get them, they were still stuck under my armpit. So that's how much sweating I was doing that night. But I obviously survived. I made it through my show. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna, and the reason I wanted to say is that I made it through the show is because you do get the show word for word. They do give you the presentation. So that takes a lot of the stress and the anxiety off of you, because you don't have to come up with it on your own. There's tons of training, online training provided that you can watch and learn at your own pace. And there's just, like Misty said, a huge community of women that are here to support you. So I just took it one step at a time and did one show, gained more confidence, did another show, gained more confidence. And in my first year, I ended up being the #1 consultant in Canada. And that was my first year of business. So being that that was one of the greatest accomplishments I've had in Aloette. Next to having my kids, that was a great accomplishment for me. So it really is something that you will be capable of doing. Now, when I started doing the shows, I started making money, and this money was awesome because this is our fun life money. So we use our money, this money, Aloette money, to go to cottages, to book Great Wolf, like go to Great Wolf Lodge when you can, for my son to play hockey. It's money that we can't use it out of our regular income. We need this extra money to have like basically a life. So the other thing with Aloette is it hasn't been just financially. There's tons of recognition. Like I never was a person that got recognized for anything, for any hard work I did. And like I said, at conference, you can earn jewelry. I earned a Coach purse through Aloette, and I'm not a big brand name person, but if I'm going to earn a Coach purse for free, like why not? I've earned a Ninja Foodie through Aloette, which is like $300, which I would never have bought. So it's all these extra things you get just literally for working part-time. And I think the biggest growth, or the biggest thing for me with Aloette, is the growth and the mindset that I have learned. I would not be where I am today, even speaking in front of all of you, without what I've learned with Aloette. So remember I said I didn't want to travel, I didn't want to go anywhere. I've earned 4 trips through Aloette. 2 of those were cruises, which I told Misty, don't ever ask me to get on a boat because I'm never going to do it. And I've gone on 2 of those cruises, and they have been the best experiences of my life. So now I say yes to everything. You know, it scares the poop out of me. I say yes to it because that's the only way you're going to grow and develop as a person. And I really, the biggest thing that I wanted to share with you, one more thing, is that I have been chicken. I've wanted to move away from KW. So I've lived there my whole life. And my husband and I talked for 10 years about moving to to Kincardine. And we never did it because we were both too scared. And I said to him a year ago, look, I was too scared to give Aloette a try, and look what happened with that. Like, we've done so much with it in 5 years. I'm like, we're never going to know unless we try. So I said, we're doing it. So we ended up moving to Goderich, and it's been a year. And I have to tell you, this has been the best year. I know COVID's going on and stuff, but I freaking love it here. Like, I'm living where I need to be, and I wouldn't have done it without Aloette and the growth I've learned. So you really owe it to yourself to give it a try. You don't have to commit to it for a lifetime. It's literally like, give yourself 1 month and just say yes to it. Give it a try, earn some extra money for Christmas. And then if it's not for you, you don't like the money, you still get a lifetime discount, and you still get a lifetime of this community that you get to be a part of and still learn and grow. So you owe it to yourself to give it a try.
Awesome. I love that, Amber. Good job. Thanks for sharing and being real. Okay, next we have Ashley, and Ashley's all the way in Manitoulin Island.
Hey guys, Ashley here. So yeah, my story is a little bit different than the previous couple stories. So for me, I was born and raised in a small town on Manitoulin Island. So I pretty much went to school with the same people from kindergarten that I graduated high school with. And it was kind of one of those things that I was always going to leave the island and never come back. So that had been my plan. And so I ended up going to North Bay for college. I did some direct sales before that, and it didn't really go as planned. So when I finally moved down to Kitchener-Waterloo area, and I bumped into Misty at some other event, we were trained by a fellow makeup artist. She mentioned about Aloette. I wanted to try the products, but I really wasn't interested in the business opportunity. So she came over, we did facials, we did makeovers. I was absolutely just blown away at the coverage of the makeup. I wanted the makeup that night, and I did get it. I did order some, and we kind of kept in touch. And it was always like one of those things, like, have you thought any more about the business opportunity, what that would do with your life? And it kind of was over the span of like 3 or 4 months, might even be closer to 6 months. Finally, I was just like, are you ready to get started yet? And I know there's no good time. There's no perfect time in anybody's life to give this a try. So I just kind of dove in. I said, okay, fine, we're going to do this. But the reason why I was so hesitant is because I had been burned by a direct sales company before. I'd put out a lot of money in college without really even my consent. So I'd signed up for a $99 kit. My recruiter came over, placed an inventory order for me, put her hand out for my credit card, and that was a done deal. So it was over $1,200 in product that she had ordered for me. And I was in my third year of college, so not exactly the best way to be finishing up my year. And I had that product sitting around for about 5 years afterwards. So the whole getting started into another company really had me kind of scared and not really interested, but I was assured that Aloette was different. And I do want to assure you guys that Aloette is different because there is no inventory, there's no product investment, and all the coaching and training is provided. So it's not like any other company where you get the kit, they kick you out the door, say good luck, have fun. They do want to make sure that you succeed. And this is an opportunity that can work for multiple seasons in your life. So when I started Aloette 5 years ago, I was living in Guelph. I was single, I was working full time, and I was just doing a couple shows a week after work. And I was doing a lot of traveling outside of the Guelph, Kitchener-Waterloo area. And then a couple years after that, my sister started having babies, and I want to be auntie, and I want to be really close to my family. So it had always kind of been in the back of my mind that maybe I should be moving back home, even though when I left the island, I swore I was never coming back. So it actually was 13 years, and I moved back to Manitoulin Island. So I relaunched my business completely from scratch on Manitoulin. I've been here for 3.5 years now. I'm a manager. I have my own team growing, and I've actually gotten married a year ago, and we actually have a little one coming in January. So this is something that can work through all seasons of your life, and it can be providing you just the freedom and flexibility to work from home. It can be that extra income. For me, my dream has always been to be a stay-at-home mom. So I'm really, really excited to see where this journey takes me, because it's going to be a completely different transition. So from being single, working full-time, to being married, now expecting, it's just a wonderful opportunity. And I know we have such an amazing support system. I never feel like I'm on my own, or I'm by myself. I always have someone to look out to or reach out to for help. And I think that's really one of the biggest differences with Aloette, is we are a family. So we welcome you in. We're going to put our arms around you and provide you with all the coaching and training, but we're also a big sisterhood. So if there's something else that's you need on a personal level, we're here for you as well. And you just have to give it a try. So it's not a lifetime commitment. It's not like having a baby or getting married. And if you decide it's not for you, then no harm, no foul. You gave it a try. You said you tried it, and that's it. So if you are watching tonight and you're kind of on the fence, you're not really sure, what do you have to lose? Like, you just give it a try for a month, earn some extra money, like Amber said, for Christmas, and you've tried it. If you want to keep going, keep going. And if it's not for you, then you could just walk away. But it is a very amazing opportunity for all seasons in your life. And that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. I totally remember your golf apartment too. And I love watching you grow in just all your seasons as well. It's so exciting. Okay, next we have our final speaker, and then we're going to get into some more details. Obviously, we're going to be over a little bit, half an hour. Sorry if you have to obviously hop off and watch the replay, but thanks if you can stick on and be there for the live draw. That'd be awesome. So finally, we have Andrea, who's another Aloette manager, going to just share her story as well.
Hi, so I am a mom of two. So my daughter just turned 10 yesterday and my son is 7. And as a mom, when I first started Aloette 4.5 years ago, my kids were a lot smaller. So I always had this desire, like even before my son was born, I always had this desire to stay at home with my kids, but still contribute money to the family. So I have tried my share of home-based companies. I really have. And I have researched way too many to count, because I used to seek them out. So in my experience, like my personal experience with home-based companies, before Aloette, I had to buy a kit, which was about $300. And then in this kit, I got a binder with the company's logo and one product. Like that's all I got. And I paid $300. So I did that a few times, and then I gave up on home-based companies, because at the end of every year that I did a home-based company, I made $0. I made nothing. And I invested hundreds of dollars into these companies with no return. So I totally gave up on looking for home-based companies. I got a job at a grocery store, and I slaved away in the deli. Like I made hot food all day long. So like literally like putting food in ovens and then like putting it into the thing. It was ridiculous. I hated my job. I hated it, but I did it because I thought that's what you had to do. You had to trade time for money. So that's what I thought that I was supposed to do. And then Aloette found me. So I went to this Aloette party, and I could not believe what the consultant was saying. She was like, I was amazed. She was like, you can earn your kit for free. You have no quota. Like Ashley said, I would get a coach, a mentor to basically like guide me along the way. And I started making money from my very first show. So my very first show, I made over $150, and I actually did it at my own house in my basement. So I didn't even leave my house. So I was blown away from my very first party. So I did Aloette very, very part-time in the very beginning because I was really busy at the grocery store. I worked 12 out of 14 days. So I worked every day of the week and every other weekend. I had no option to have weekends off. Like it was not allowed. So I was always working. So very, very, very part-time. I was there for 3 years working at that same job. My 3rd year working there, I was harassed by the owners. I ran out of there crying, and I never looked back. Like never. I decided to do Aloette full-time, which is 2 shows a week, full-time. I did it full-time. And in a few months, I was a manager in the company. So anyone can do this. Over the last 4.5 years with Aloette, I have done Aloette working full-time. I ran my own cleaning business while I did my Aloette business. And now Aloette is my sole income. So you can do this just like Ashley said, in any season of your life. There's so many different variations of doing Aloette, and you get to make your own schedule. So that's my favorite part, is the flexibility. And I love that it gives me options and choices. That's like my favorite thing. So one very, very important option and choice that I had to make during the pandemic was whether I was going to send my kids to school or not. I did not have that worry of like, oh, well, I have to send them to school because I have to go to work, so I have to make money. I did not have that worry. I had the choice to just stay home and continue making the money that I was making. So that is why I love this business. It is like a safety net. It doesn't matter what happens in the world, the circumstances, Aloette is always there. We shift, we bend, we do what we need to do. So that's what I love. So I'm gonna leave you with this. So if you want options and choices, or you want to make your own schedule, or just make some extra cash, like a side hustle for Christmas or whatever, Aloette is the vehicle that can help you get there. Aloette has literally changed my life mentally, like all different ways. We really are the different home-based company. I can tell you that we are because I have tried so many, and there is nothing like Aloette in the entire world. Nothing. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrea. I love your passion. She's like, there's nothing in the world.
Nothing.
True though. She's tried it all. Thank you. I mean, these girls all have such amazing stories. I was like, can you just make it a few minutes? But we could literally talk forever about things because we all have different experiences and different stories, and we love sharing and helping others. And obviously we're very passionate. So if you are a consultant on here tonight, feel free to type in the chat why you started Aloette, why you are still here, what you love about it, just so some of the other girls can see as well. Okay, so we're just going to kind of go through a few things here. What would you be doing as a consultant? I'm sure, again, some of you have already experienced, you're probably, been to a party or maybe been to a virtual party, but just again, to recap a few things. So basically right now, again, we are doing everything online. A few consultants are doing, depending if it's safe and it's in your area or whatever the time, in-home social distancing parties, but majority of us are just doing them online, which I personally love. So it's through Zoom. So just like what we're doing right here, we are basically going to train you on how to do that. And you can live stream this just like we're doing tonight onto your group or your event. So it's kind of cool. People can see the replay afterwards. It's definitely less scary. I actually was talking to another girl earlier today that she decided to join. She couldn't join us tonight, but we were chatting, and she's a good customer of mine. But she said, oh my gosh, I love that this is online now, because like just the fact that I don't have to go into someone's house and be in front of everyone in person. And then learning how to do the makeup, all that stuff, it definitely helps, right? So you can have your notes like behind your computer or your phone or with you, like it's so much easier. So it's definitely less scary, less intimidating, but we do give you word for word and, like I said, full training. So we do these Zoom presentations, and then it's just like we were in someone's living room. We do what we call breakout rooms, which is a feature on the Zoom Pro. So it's like we Zoom them into a private room, do the consultations. Everyone's like here in this gallery view, and then we pop on. So it's just amazing. The girls love it. The hostesses really do truly get a girls' night. They get to socialize. They have fun. They can interact. So anyways, from start to finish, typically, it's about an hour to an hour to 2 hours, like max, doing the presentation plus the consultations and all of that. So, I mean, it's way less time than before, which we would have to, pack up our kit, drive to the show, unpack the kit, do the hostess's makeup, do the hand massages, do the show, do the consultations, then pack up our kit, drive home in the snow, brush off our car. So I'm looking forward to not doing that this winter. We don't need to travel, of course. We don't need to waste money on gas. There's no brochures that we're handing out, so we're saving money there. We don't actually go through products that we normally would go through more because we'd be demoing it so much. So you're saving so much with everything being online right now. And so many other benefits, but those are some of the main ones. I'm definitely loving, again, Mark took over my office, it's upstairs, but typically right after the show, I mean, we are with my dog and my fiance within 10 minutes watching TV. So it's just the best. I am missing the hostesses snacks. because I've gotten some really good recipes over the years. And like I said, I'm a makeup artist, so I love doing the hostess's makeup. But if you're somebody that's intimidated by doing makeup, you don't have to worry about that. As long as you have your makeup on, you're good. So that's another benefit as well. But you will be trained, like I said, word for word, full support. We teach you everything you need to know. There's training videos from your manager. So whether it is, one of the girls that invited you tonight, Ashley, Amber, Tara, or Andrea, or if it's a replay and whoever, is your manager, they will help you. So you are never alone, like multiple ladies tonight told you. We literally hold your hand at the start. And if you are a little bit more independent, then we'll be there for you whenever you need, guidance or questions. We're there to help with that. But one thing that we always say in this business to new girls, especially, is that we will believe in you until you believe in yourself. And that's really the truth, right? So we believe that anyone can do this. You just have to be willing to, be a good student and willing to learn. So we also have a Facebook group, which our franchise, which is the Aloette Oakville franchise, belongs to. So you're going to be, once you're consulting, you'll be added to that. So you'll be up to date with everything. And all of our managers also individually has our own teams. We have fun team names. And we all have our own groups as well that you're going to be added to. So you, again, will have that to connect, to ask questions, to, get your recognition, be up to date with everything. So again, you're never going to be like starting and be like on your own at all. So that's kind of fun. Deliveries are by Canada Post. It's a flat $5.95 shipping, which again is the lowest in the industry, which is crazy. I won't even go into that one. So that's awesome. And we can package and deliver. Everything comes in a little pre-packaged. So your hostesses don't even need to worry about that. So everything comes packaged individually. But also with another benefit of online is that we can deliver now anywhere in Canada. So we can literally do our shows coast to coast. So you and your guests or your hostesses can now invite anywhere all over. So you can definitely grow your business that way too. Also, another bonus is that we have a consumable product. So it's called reorders. So people use and love, and again, if you're familiar or have used the product, I'm sure you've reordered it or want to. So that's another benefit of being a consultant as well, that you get reorder business, which is residual income. So imagine you're on a beach when we're allowed, maybe right now we're just at your cottage or a cottage, Airbnb. You're able to put in orders while you're kind of like downtime away, but still making money. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so another thing is that we do get paid direct deposit payroll, which is awesome. So it's easy peasy. So you really can decide how little or how much you want to do this. Okay, a little bit about the income. So as much as this business is super rewarding and super fun and all that, the income is obviously the most special thing about Aloette. Again, we're unique in that department as well. So most companies, you start off at like 20% or a little bit less. We start you off at 25%, and we actually have the highest pay structure. So you can actually earn up to 51% commission on every order. So there's, again, no quotas, no yearly fees. Once you join, you get a lifetime discount. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. Most companies, you would have to keep up something to either get, your lifetime discount or to stay active, right? So once you're starting your lifer, basically. So when you start off at 25% commission. So just to show you a few different examples of the income, if you were doing, like what Andrew was saying, 2 shows a week, which is full time, your average sales at $400 a party is $100 an evening. And if you're doing 2 shows a week, you can be basically making like $10,000 in a year, working very part-time, okay? Then if you were at 35% doing the same 2 shows a week, you'd be making about $15,000 a year. That's about 6 hours a week on average, maybe even less right now because everything's online and you can pre-schedule your posts and again, you're not, driving and all that, but typically. And then because the longer you're in this business, the more reorders you're going to have, the more income you're going to make because you're going to have those just non-show orders just coming in too, because we have sales on and all that fun stuff. Again, 3 shows a week, if you decided to, would be over $22,000 a year plus. But the highest paid people in Aloette are managers like myself and the ones you just heard from. These are all managers. I actually am happen to be the highest paid manager in Canada. So we actually get a percentage, managers get a percentage of their team sales. And it's also just a profit sharing from our company to basically thank us for helping mentor and coach you girls. And ultimately, the more we help mentor and help and serve you girls, basically the more we make. So that's kind of how that works. We are not a multi-level marketing company or anything like that. We are very different. So what that means, for example, is that say you got started and you were under Andrea, and then Andrea, you decided to become a manager. Andrea is still a manager, but now you're a manager. You can actually surpass what she's making. So you guys can both be on the same level, which is really rare. A lot of other direct sale companies, you don't get to do that. So a great example of this is also my, she's not on tonight, but her name is Kim, and she's one of my first breakaway managers, and she's what we call a sister manager, but I'm the mother manager. So she was on my team, and now she has her own team, and she makes more than me. Many months. So you can totally do that. And that's okay, because it depends on what you want to do in this business, right? So there's multiple examples within Aloette, people doubling their income within a year. Kim was one of them. Just by focusing on it. I decided to do that when I was working full-time and decided to do Aloette. I went from like $40,000 a year to $80,000 a year within a year to 2 years at the most. So you can basically decide what you want to earn, right? So you get to decide if your paychecks are bigger or smaller. If you want to supplement your income or replace your income, there's every opportunity to do so in Aloette. So another perk, again, like you've heard some of the girls say, is trips. So we will invite you, and I posted it in this event. And if you need to see it, ask the person that offered you this opportunity tonight. They can send it to you. But there's a Facebook group called the Check Us Out Aloette Life as a Aloette Consultant. But there's tons of pictures in there of all of us going to different trips. So like Amber was talking about one of her favorite trips and different experiences and cruises. So I've personally earned over 13 trips being in Aloette, from cruises, Caribbean cruises, to Italy, to Vegas, to Disney cruises, to New York, to Italy, like you name it. I've been on, we were supposed to be in Italy, or not Italy, Ireland. So when this whole COVID thing blows over, we'll be able to go that, because a lot of us on here earn that. So there's literally trips of a lifetime. Jewelry, all the recognition we got when we go to conference, we get like a little sash and a crown and all that. So it's a lot of fun. Obviously right now everything's a little virtual, but there's still a lot of fun, and eventually things will get back to normal and you'll be able to experience that. So if you're starting now, you'll be able to you get in on the jewelry and all that recognition, everything for next year. And even typically our conferences are another travel experience. So we usually have them all over. We've had Ottawa, Quebec, Niagara Falls. We were just at a winery in Atlanta a few years ago. I mean, Florida, like all over the place, Texas. So they're fun, Nashville. So these are all business write-offs as well, even if it is a business trip, because you're going for business. So you get to write off that as well. So that's another benefit of being in Aloette. We have amazing tax write-offs. So yeah, the conferences are like PJ parties. So if you could see yourself starting, here's how you would qualify to get started. So we have the unique, it's called the social sharing kit. So it's just like, it's a new kit that we developed this year to make it more easy for consultants to get started online. So it's basically valued at $500. So like Andrea said, you get to earn it for free. So there's no startup fee, there's no training fees or anything like that. You do get your personal coach and mentor. And how you get started is you have 3 virtual parties, okay, or more. We always aim for 6, but minimum 3 to get started. And you would start off with family and friends, and you can actually your recruiter can do your launch party for you if you wish, or you can decide to get started, get trained, and do your own launch party. So you can definitely talk to your person that offered this opportunity to you about what would work best for you, depending on your situation. But basically you just need to sell $600 in 6 weeks. Okay. So I can tell you that is nothing. I mean, the girls that are on here tonight, if they're consultants, you can nod your head. $600 is like one show. It could be definitely one show. So you could do that like right away. And again, non-show orders count. Everything counts towards that. And again, you start making money in commission off of that right away, which is awesome. So it's really simple. So you start off at 25%. You also get $100 for 20 bucks, our coupon shopping spree for each of those parties that you get started. So that's really an extra way for you to get products for yourself, to try new things, to stock up, or just, you know, have things for your kit. But worst case scenario is if you didn't sell the $600, okay, you pay $99 plus 15, it's like a $15 shipping and handling because it's like a heavier kit that they're mailing out to you. So that's only if you didn't qualify, okay, which again, that is not even a big deal because $500 kit for 99 bucks. That, I don't even know, I'm bad at math. That's more than 80% off. So that's a really good deal in itself. But I'll tell you, 98% of our consultants qualify. So we have a 98% qualification rate. So, I mean, if you didn't sell the $600 in the 6 weeks, it's okay. But that just means that you basically just started and kind of did your own thing and you didn't listen to anything that we trained or guided you for. So basically, either way, you get to keep your kit, you get your lifetime discount. And again, you can decide to do this full-time, part-time, work around your family. Of course, it's a flexibility and freedom to morph this into really whatever opportunity you want it to be for you. So there's no pressure, but you will get, you know, support. You're basically going to be leading us. So you tell us your dreams and your goals, and we will help get you there and guide you. So basically, again, if you had a show recently as well, another benefit is you could turn that show into your debut and or your launch, and you just need a couple parties to get started up that way. So that's another thing. Okay, so Aloette again is unique in every single way, starting from our products and then the way we shower our hostesses, and really the opportunity most of all is the most unique. But we are a tribe of positive, supportive women. We have women who come into this business with their own, you know, way of learning, their own level of learning, their own knowledge, their own makeup knowledge, their own business skills. It's a come as you are our army. Like, anyone's welcome. We know everyone's unique, but really you just start off at whatever level you're at. And then from there, with our Aloette coaching and training, you can really turn this into whatever you desire. So I want you to think about, what could you do with an extra $15,000? What could it do for you and your family, either, you know, within the next year or so? If you want to post or chat, put in the chat what you would do with that money. If you know that you would be making that money, what would you do with it? So we all have our own goals and dreams. So maybe it's to pay off debt, to feel financially free. Maybe it's home renovations. I've been doing tons of those lately. You know, dream kitchen. Maybe you want to update your bathroom, do landscaping outside, get a new pool. Would you save for a rainy day? Would you need to buy or fix a car? Like, what would you, how would you feel knowing that you could bring that money in and knowing that, you know, you couldn't fail if you gave it a try? And if the answer is yes, then basically you just need to move on to the next step. So you don't need to worry about, you know, anything else other than, again, we hold your hand. And basically that's it. So just be thinking about that. And so we're going to do the draws now. So thank you so much. Sorry, we obviously went a little bit over, but thank you for hanging in there. And we're going to do our draws. And then I'm going to be here and stick around, and some of the other girls, if you have any questions about anything, please feel free to unmute yourself and or type in the chat, and we'll be here for that. And I'm going to hand over again to Andrea. We're going to do the spinning wheel draw for attendance for, and if you're not familiar with our Visible Aid, it is our best seller. It's 60% aloe and vitamin infused first aid cream. So it's like good for everything: cuts, scrapes, burns, mosquito bites, rashes. You will definitely use this for everything. So that is the free gift for just attending. So thank you so much for watching. And then we're going to do the draw for the, I offered a gift card of your choice for anybody that shared somebody to watch as well, the opportunity. So we do lots of different giveaways here. Awesome.
So we're going to do the draw. So I have everyone, I want to make sure we have everyone.